Hello everyone, I'm here to go over a few things today. What's wrong? Okay, whew, that was scary. Well, I'm going to go over a few things with you today, and those things are going to be how we create our dynamic space where we warm up or we do stretches. In other words, those 2 points, and what we can use and what that looks like for those 2 points. Also, we're going to be looking at 2 different kinds of golf that we'll be playing. One will be frisbee golf, and the other will be soccer golf. Now, I'm not going to go through all the rules and everything for this. I'm just going to show you what it could look like in your space. All those rules and everything will be in the CDL assignments. Okay? All right, so just first of all, the space that we warm up in, the dynamic space. So whenever we're doing a dynamic warm-up, we're moving between 2 spaces. Okay, so I'll take my wife's sandals here. And I'm just going to make them really close by, but you get the point. There's one here and there's one over there. So if I was doing my forward skips, right, I'd skip to one. Let's say it's a little farther away. Then I would skip back to the other. And I'd always start at one, work back, or work to one, and then back to my starting point. Okay? Another way this could look, besides like shoes, is you can use things like towels. And towels are great, especially kitchen towels. They're small, you can wind them up. I have these set into a certain position for a reason. I'll show you in a little bit. But I'll put one up in here in front of the camera. Go a little bit farther back here so we can see what this looks like. Straight, they're in a line of each other. And again, I could do my forward skips. I could do my slide jog. I could even do my slide shuffles. But that's the 2 points that I could be going back in between, back and forth between. So I could also do Frankensteins. Okay, and then back. But that would be our dynamic space. So when we're talking about dynamic space, that is what we're speaking of. So make sure you have 2 items. It could be any items. I just gave an example of a couple kitchen towels and or 2 shoes. So these kitchen towels are very handy because when we play golf, first of all, a golf is usually a golf ball being hit into a hole, correct? All right, so in this case, we don't have a hole, but we're going to create kind of a smaller version of a hole, meaning it's not really deep, right? So what we can do with this is kind of make a circle, put the 2 together like a circle, and then in between here, this is our goal where we're trying to make it. And in golf, you usually have a ball, of course. So any kind of ball will work. I'm using my son's little Nerf basketball here. But in this, for instance, soccer golf, we're going to just be using our feet. So my goal is where I'm teeing off from, okay? I'm just going to go through this quickly, so if I make a mistake, I'm going to grab it and put it back. But generally how this works is we're going to be doing par 2s. That means I have 2 shots to try to make it. If I don't, what happens is my score is adding up. So the lower your score, the better. But anyways, just to show you. So I tee off, I miss. Okay, but let's say it stops right next to it. Okay, so let's say I did a good enough shot where it bounced off and it stayed next to it. Now I get another opportunity to shoot. Now what's good about the towels is if I hit it in, it stays. Now if I used tape, right, it would just roll out of the tape. So sometimes it'll roll over if you kick it too hard, and that's where you have to find out how hard you have to hit it if you're too close or if you're very close to try to get it over the edge but not over the outside edge and go out of the hole. So let's say I made it in 2, that would be even, so my score would be 0. The lower your score, even in the negatives, the better. Okay, but that's just a hint for what you could do for a hole for when we play soccer golf. Now, when we've played games in the past where we've used boxes and bags for frisbee golf. Here's my frisbee, this lid, beautiful sour cream lid. All right, much like soccer golf, we're going to start and tee off, or throw off in this case, and we're trying to make it in 2 shots. So let's see. Oh, I made it. Okay, so that first one, what that means is my score is now -1, right? Because I'm going to 2, I made it in 1, so I have -1. That's good. That's good. We call that a birdie. So then I would pick it up again, and I would just restart like I was going to another hole. Now I could change the hole position. I could move it farther away. I can move it closer. I can move it out to the left or to the right if I have the room. And of course, just try 9 times is what we'll generally do, because 9 holes of golf is pretty common. So there's 3 things we just covered. 1, our dynamic space. 2, soccer golf. And 3 would be frisbee golf. Now all the rules and how exactly it works will be put in, like I said, to the CDL assignment. But these are the things you can use at home that will help you with this, hopefully. If you have an actual soccer ball and a hula hoop for the frisbee, for instance, and you can do it outside, that's great if that's okay with your parent or guardian. If you have a soccer ball and you have maybe a thicker hula hoop or maybe even a thick rope that you can make into a circle and try to kick it in, and you can even go outside and do longer, so we can actually kick it pretty good versus in the house. That works too, as long as the parent or guardian is okay with it. All right. Well, I hope you learned a little bit today, and I hope you have some fun when we start these games, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a great day.